center of all love I stand, and from that center I, the soul, will outward move. From that center I, the one who serves, will work. May the love of the divine self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group and throughout the world. May the love of the divine self be shed abroad in my heart, through my group and
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our meditation on attracting money for hierarchical purposes. I hope we have a little better luck tonight than we did last night. Sometimes on the weekend there's very heavy use of the general stream, and it is interrupted, but I try to send as many of you as possible the work on Destiny of the Nations, and we were working on France in particular. Now, as you know, we're getting very close to the American election, and I wouldn't focus on it so much, except it has world repercussions. So again, I'd like to begin with our great invocation number 2, which carries a very strong first ray. We might say that it fights fire with fire. The fire of the will to good, the fire of the will to love, both combating the lower selfish personality fires, which are so much in evidence these days, and in my mind at least, no question that these fires are stoked by the Lodge of Darkness, Lodge of Materialism, which would love to see a delay and an improper entrance into the Aquarian age for humanity. You know, the signs of the zodiac are neutral in their energy. They can be used for good or for ill. I guess maybe it'll come as no surprise that the sign Aquarius can spread the good widely, but it can also spread epidemics. And we are in the middle of a pandemic with the repercussions spreading everywhere. Well, we cannot foresee all of the intentions behind this pandemic. Certainly it would not be allowed if not for for some purpose, and it has been discussed before as a universal epidemic, a possibility of a universal epidemic. But at least we can envision the good that can come from it and the closer, harmonious, loving relationship among human beings that may be possible when we realize we are all in this together. So, let us together then sound great invocation number 2. And I think, you know, you can find these invocations, the music for them, on YouTube. And we have a wonderful baritone singing this particular invocation with great power. So some of the members of the communications team know a lot more about how to get there than I do, but okay, it's Moria Federation Esoteric Education, and I think you should be able to find it there, and maybe you can find it on Makara as well if you want to download it for yourself. Okay. Now, let's see here. There may be a little difficulty with the image catching up, but at least it appears that the stream is moving, and so if this image does not appear, the image of the invocation, then just, and you don't know it by heart perhaps, then just go along with it, okay? Let the Lords of Liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to the sons of men. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming save. Come forth, O Mighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may they stand with massed intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth. The end of woe has come. Come forth, O Mighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, O Mighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming One. The will to save is here. The love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, O Mighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. these days, so many masses of human beings are not standing with massed intent. Rather, they stand, if they stand with massed emotion, hysterical emotion, out of control, just like the Nazi rallies of a former time. So obviously, we have a lot of work to do. I mean, you can say that, okay, it's just the ignorance of so many millions, and to a certain extent, it is that. Because, you know, they just haven't progressed to the point where the higher of the pairs of opposites is their goal, and they still somehow remain, in terms of their egoic lotus development, within the hall of ignorance. You can be intelligent, you know, and still be in the hall of ignorance because you have not understood what the higher of the pairs of opposites really is, and that's God immanent, okay? So, we have to work internally to try to offset this in the world of thought, in the world of feeling, and in the Maya, in that triple opposition. Sometimes, you know, known as Caribus. This is the three-headed dog that we find in the lower regions, and also Geryon in the labors of Hercules. Always the three opposing Hercules in a number of the different labors. Okay. Now let us, as I say, if the proper image doesn't come up, then just go along with me. We'll do our best. Now I'd like to read a little bit from the Tibetan about continuing about money. There's one paragraph here that is just so important. I'm going to repeat it from last time, and then go on just a little bit. As money has in the past ministered to personal and family need, so in the future it must minister to group and world need. Each unit has in the past attempted to act as a magnet and to attract to itself that which will meet what it regards as its need, using personal activity and labor, if of no influence or education, and financial manipulation where that was possible. Groups in the future must act as magnets. They must see to it that they are animated by the spirit of love. I give you a thought here which is capable of much expansion. And here is this powerful statement which has to be remembered. Yes, I can see that we're going to have quite a drag on the transposition of images, but okay, you know, just use your ears, maybe instead of your eyes in this case. So here is the statement: need, love, and magnetic power are the three things which consciously or unconsciously attract money. Need, love, and magnetic power. but they all must manifest at once. The need in the past has not always been real, though it has been felt. Such is the world glamour and illusion. The love has been selfish or unreal, and the demand for things material has been for that which is not necessary to health or happiness. The magnetic force utilized has been, therefore, wrongly motivated, and this process carried forward over so long a time has led to the present dire financial situation in the world. Now we'll go on to something a little new here, or at least we didn't read it last time. By the transmutation of these factors and the expression of their higher correspondences through right love, right thought or meditation, and right technique, the financial requirements of the new groups and of the new group of world servers will be found. I'll be able to show this to you at another time when the computer is cooperating better. I'm going to repeat that. By the transmutation of the factors and the expression of their higher correspondences through right love, right thought or meditation, and right technique, the financial requirements of the new groups and of the new group of world servers will be found. I would suggest that an elaboration of these ideas should be disseminated among all whom you know who could help. I would ask you to ponder much on these ideas, for in the education of the intelligent world servers, this question of money and of right attitudes towards money and right meditation upon money must be boldly faced. In the education of the intelligent world servers, this question of money and of right attitudes towards money and right meditation upon money must be boldly faced. The emphasis laid by certain large groups on meditation for the raising of funds, usually for personal use or for the selfish ends of their own particular organization or group, has been based upon this emerging concept of the group use of money. However, being selfishly and personally interested, the money was thought of in relation to the individual and not in relation to the group. And this attitude must be changed. One more thing I would ask of you, my brother, and of the group who read my words. Money is the manifestation of energy. All energy can be applied in differing ways, being in itself an impersonal and blind force. It can be selfishly used, and that in itself constitutes the main difference. Motive and creative thought determine the magnetic power of any individual, group, or center. Now, all right. And then a final sentence. Determine your motive. See that your group ideal and group love are dominant. Use skill in action. This will involve right preliminary meditation plus correct thinking, and then you will find that that which you need will be forthcoming. All right, these are basically what I'm doing is going through the CD-ROM now and looking up our subject. And when something of real value occurs in, let's say, a paragraph or a section, I'll do my best to share it with you. Yeah, we're quite behind in the images, but okay, you know, we'll just do our best here. So now we'll get into the meditation. With which you are familiar, but always something new, some new impression can come, or a strengthening of an impression which has come many times, and that can be of value as well. So, realize in our alignment as souls upon the higher mental plane, that there is an occult law. To those who give shall be given, so that they may give again. And our attitude is one of personality quietness, and we formulate to ourselves and in our own words the answers to the following questions. If money is one of the most important things needed today for spiritual work, what is the factor which at present is deflecting it away from the work of the hierarchy? We might think that the lower senses are, in a peculiar sense, blind, and so many people live strictly according to that materialistic input. What is my attitude towards money? Do I regard it as a great and possible spiritual asset, or do I think of it in material terms? What is my personal responsibility in regard to the money which passes through my hands? Am I handling it as a disciple of the Masters should handle it? And of course, when we say passes through my hands, there are so many electronic ways of handling money and so forth. So we're not only being literal, obviously, but, we might say the money under my control, so to speak. And when it comes to the Hydra, it is that gigantic clamor under which all humanity is laboring, at least the great majority, the wrong attitudes of money, toward money, the wrong use of money, or at least the materialistic use. We can ask ourselves, does this Hydra head have power over us? And if so, in what respect? So often it's the factor of worry, anxiety, among good people, people who know the importance of financial resources, but they still succumb to the concern, the worry, the anxiety. How do you think, if such is the case, that it's possible to overcome the power of this Hydra head? And I would add, we might think of the role of the vision and of communicating the vision of what the right use of money can bring, realizing that ourselves and communicating that to others. Imagine a transformed society in which people's needs were really met, and in which their talents were liberated for the welfare of all humanity. Right now, for so many millions, even billions, the insufficiency of money prevents their will, their abilities from being liberated into the general stream of human unfoldment. That could change. So let us think of that change and ponder on the redemption of humanity through the right use of money. And in doing so, we visualize money in the world today first as concretized energy, at present largely used for purely material purposes and for the satisfaction, where the individual is concerned, of purely personal desires. You know, concretized energy for personal purposes, strictly for personal purposes. However, let us visualize money as a great stream of flowing golden substance, passing out of the control of the forces of materialism. And then we will say the following invocative prayer with focused mental concentration and from a heartfelt desire to meet human and spiritual demands. O Thou, in whom we live and move and have our being, the power that can make all things new, turn to spiritual purposes the money in the world, touch the hearts of men everywhere, so that they may give to the work of hierarchy that which has hitherto been given to material satisfaction. The new group of world servers needs money in large quantities. I ask that the needed vast sums be made available. May this potent energy of thine be in the hands of the forces of light. And then we visualize the work to be done by those groups which claim our present allegiance. Any group which we know of that is attempting to carry out the hierarchical plan. Obviously it cannot be all such groups, but what we choose to zero in on And through the creative imagination and by an act of the will, we see untold and unlimited sums of money pouring into the hands of those who seek to do the Master's work. Out of the darkness into the light, the golden stream flows forth. And then, thinking of the Christ, and thinking of the Lord of our planet, we say, "He for whom the whole world waits has said that whatsoever shall be asked in his name and with faith in the response will see it accomplished." And we remember at the same time that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So through faith we are actually touching the supply of that which is needed. It just has to be reapportioned according to the divine circulatory flow. And now we ask for the needed money and we fill in the blank. I ask for the needed money for, and fill that in. And I can demand it because from the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. We prepare to offer what we have intended, what we have saved, to the Christ. To his hierarchy, to their initiates, to those who wisely know where the money must go, and expressing our solidarity with the great Lord, we say, "We have gathered in your name, Lord Maitreya. Be with us." And we offer to the Christ and to his work that which we have saved, that which we intend, that which we find it within us to share. And DK tells us, be practical and realistic, and know that if you do not give, you may not ask, for you have no right to evoke that which you do not share. And that is a strong statement, a strong statement. Now we attempt to feel true love sweeping through us, and have the fixed intention to express this love to all whom we may contact. It is the great, attractive, and selfless agent in world affairs. We try to be conscientious and keep the flow going. It's all part of the divine circulatory flow, the Aquarian way, which will bring the proper nourishment of all kinds to all people and to the kingdoms of nature, and the sooner the better. So let us, with good intentions, that which is of value may be supported, let us sound the Om 3 times, precipitating love into the threefold personality. Om. We will close with the great invocation. Oh.